Hello my darlings, hope you're all doing well. Blushlilyblog here. In this reading we're going to be taking a look at the channeled message from your future self. Whatever it is that you have to say to yourself, and I must say I almost want to add like an urgent message of some sort, like a very important message that comes through, so make sure you listen until the end of your option to get the full picture. I have 3 options for you for today's reading: option number 1, option number 2, and option number 3. See which one you're mostly drawn to. Don't overthink it, and let's go ahead and get started. My lovely option number 1, and welcome to your reading, guys. Get comfy. Let's do a little bit of an energy check-in before we begin your reading, just so you can make sure that you chose the right pile. So tell me what's happening with you at this particular time. It feels like you're deliberating something quite important. I'm seeing that your patience is running low over here with someone or something. A strong energy of not knowing, of not seeing the future clearly. There might be 2 paths over here, 2 people over here. You might be wanting to stay with something that's familiar, but at the same time you're not fully happy with what is familiar. You could also be in a conflict situation or in a very tense situation, feeling like you don't have the answers that you need. You're telling me the fate is unknown. There's also a very strong feeling that maybe you've been going down the wrong path, or you're continuing down the wrong path. And when it comes to having some sort of clarity or decision, it feels like it's taking too long. Like they keep on repeating that your patience is running thin over here. I also see that you're somebody who doesn't have appreciation or didn't get appreciation from your family members. You might not even have a lot of family as such. And there's definitely an indication that you are somebody who's very bright and beautiful and just overall incredible, but you don't get that feedback from your surroundings. And they're telling me that you're missing that energy of family, that energy of home, and that energy of acceptance and understanding. If that sounds like you, keep on watching. Let's go ahead and take a look at the urgent message that your future self has for you. How far along in the future is this future version of yourself coming from? Sorry guys, I needed to mute the mic because I keep on sneezing. Okay, so how far along in the future? You're coming from a place where you are happy. You have a happy family. There's this energy of settling down. And if that energy just is making you want to tear up, this is definitely your reading. Because first and foremost, your future self is telling you that you do have a happy family. Things did work out. Everything turned out to be very different to what you thought, to what you were expecting. but you're very happy and you're next to a very loving person. You're coming from a place where everything makes sense. I will try to get the timing over here, guys, but they're telling me that it might be different. Like, there's no set timing because this is a general reading, but I will try and get the timing in a minute. But it honestly comes through as, you're happy. Like, you're telling yourself that it is possible. Let me try and get the timing. At least a little bit. For some of you, it's a year. The Ace of Pentacles, it's a year. There's something about a business meeting or like a formal meeting that's coming through. This is an indication of how you're possibly going to meet this person, or like the beginning of that relationship dynamic. But they're telling me that, a year from now, things are going to change. This is very interesting because the timing that's coming through over here, guys, I'm going to be honest, it's that part of you is a little bit further in the future. However, that part of you wanted me to tell you that a year from now, things are going to get easier. A year from now, something important is going to start happening. And because, again, I'm not too much of a fan of doing timings, especially in general readings. But they're saying like the next year is going to be important. You're telling yourself not to lose hope. You're telling yourself that you remember how difficult this period was in your life. And that you were overextending your patience with people, with places, with situations. And they're saying that, sometimes you just have to cut the cords. Sometimes you just gotta, it's too much. The fact that you can be very strong does not mean that you have to constantly be strong. The fact that you can sometimes put up with somebody's misbehavior doesn't mean it has to be on a repeated basis. They don't think the way that you think. The people that are mistreating you. Every time you allow yourself to be mistreated, this person or this group of people thinks that it's okay. And you might have come up with excuses for those people. That maybe they're in a bad mood, maybe they have trauma. But I always say, somebody else's trauma doesn't have to become your trauma as well. And the way that you think, it's different, because you think, well, they will understand that they're mistreating me. They will understand that they're wrong. They will come but they don't. They just kind of get into their head that it's okay to treat you that way. And that just happens throughout all the relationships. Work relationships, love relationships. So your future self is coming through with that message where, you have to know when enough is enough. And definitely a year from now, things are going to start getting much, much better. It will happen before that even. But you will definitely feel this energy like a year from now. And this is a timeless reading. Your future self is telling you to let go of somebody who's emotionally killing you. Like emotionally hurting you over and over and over again. Your future self is telling you that, it's time. Because like I said, you do have that happy family. You do have that energy, of somebody very special coming through and very soon. But your future self is saying, listen, I know you can be strong, but later on you realize that, in some cases you didn't need to be strong, you needed to be selfish. Because it kind of feels that you, my darlings, you tend to want to really understand why somebody's acting a certain way. You really make up excuses for them. Because it kind of feels like nobody ever did that to you, and you don't feel that you can also, assert your boundaries. You don't want to hurt anybody, but by not wanting to hurt anybody, you're hurting yourself. I almost want to ask, what does the future hold? Somebody's criticizing you a lot at this particular time. You're criticizing yourself. There's a lot of blame that's coming through at this particular moment. And you're criticizing yourself. You're overly criticizing yourself, even for the mistakes that others did. Or again, if somebody mistreated you, your future self is coming through to let you know that that shit is going to stop. Where you are right now, there's no criticism. There is constructive criticism, let me put it that way. And there's communication, there's compromise, there is willingness from others to meet you halfway, rather than just criticizing you, and trying to bend and shape you into something that you are not, just so that the others can be comfortable with this. They're also telling me this is going to be a period of getting more mature, working with your shadow aspects a lot. I'm seeing that quite a few of you, my lovely option number one, you have abandonment trauma, a very strong abandonment trauma. Could be a father left, mother left, somebody left, important. And when somebody abandons you, it breaks you into pieces. And if you feel excluded, or you know what I mean, it's just this energy where they're telling me your future self is saying that you worked through that thing and you found a different solution. There's something about a different solution that your future self is telling you. It's funny I said future spouse, because what's coming through over here is also the energy of the future spouse, of the family. They're telling me that you tend to romanticize people, and then they tend to overly criticize you. Or you tend to romanticize relationships, and then you get very upset when the reality comes to light. And your future self is saying that, you're going to work through that. And that will lead you towards people that become your family. And that make you feel very stable. But it's a very different relationship dynamic. There's also a message over here. They're saying it's like don't cut your dreams into pieces. That's an interesting message. They're saying dreams do come true. And I also feel, for quite a few of you, as I'm doing this reading, your future self is in a different place. Let me get a confirmation. Like geographically in a different place. They're telling me, yes, for quite a few of you, you went because of work, you went because it wasn't your place. I'm not going to make this too long already for you, option number one. They're just saying you left. So for some of you, you left your job and you're geographically in a different location. For some of you, it's literally you packed your bags and you left. Yeah, they're telling me that you're seeing life very differently. You're in a much more beautiful place. A place with more options, a place with more, I want to say life, because there's this living light energy, see the beauty in life. And a much aesthetically pleasing environment. This is what they keep on saying. They're showing me you walking around and admiring the surroundings, admiring the architecture, the nature, the shops, the coffee shops. Admiring even the people might seem, more attractive, more groomed. It's just there's less clutter, there's less dirt, there's less noise. They're telling me you're going to see it and you're going to absolutely love it. So you're giving yourself a big hug right now, and they keep on saying it's okay to cry. And remember that, whenever you need a hero, look in the mirror, there's your hero. Alright, my lovely option number one, that's what I see for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. Let me know down in the comments below. If you're up for a personal read, all you have to do is send me an email. The email's in the description box below this reading. So is the link to my Patreon page with more exclusive content, additional discounts, and much more. So make sure to check it out. Alright guys, take care now. Bye. My amazing option number two, and welcome to your reading, guys. Get comfy. As I'm shuffling the cards to do a little bit of an energy check-in before we begin your message from your future self. Say your name out loud in your head helps you better connect to the energies of the reading. Okay, let's see. Feels like you withdrew from the world. There's an energy of give me a second. It's almost like you used to be sweet and full of life. Now, predominantly, you're thinking about money. You're trying to focus on money. You're trying to build something. Feels like some of you might have children already. Big concerns about money. Big concerns about, you're learning an important life lesson right now. It might have something to do with love, with relationships. Might have had a conflict with somebody or walked away from a tense situation. In one way or another, this is interesting because you're either on the verge of something new when it comes to work, or you're channeling a lot of energy into work at this particular time. For some of you, there might be an opportunity that's coming through. You're good at what you do. Maybe it feels like you're not seen enough. But you're very good at what you do. People that interact with you when it comes to professional aspects, they think that you're very good at what you do. But you might be somebody who overworks yourself, who tends to overwork yourself. And right now you might be considering options when it comes to work. You really want to see, like you're seeking guidance. There's a lot of energy of seeking guidance right now from the universe, from the source. You're a very strong person, a very wise person for your age. I mean, the Hierophant and the Hermit came through together, very close to one another. I want to say that you're maybe a little bit disappointed right now. I'm seeing conflicts, maybe conflicts over money, maybe not having as much as you would like, needing to kind of balance things around. Yeah, I see, a lot of you might have a child or children. A lot of potential within you. You see that potential. And they keep on showing me having to travel. Having to travel or having traveled. It could be that you're watching this from a different country to where you were born. Because they're showing me the energy of relocation. And also communicating with a person with a different sign, star sign. And it seems like you can't find a compromise over here. You seem to get along and then something comes through and there's a very big misunderstanding. It's just like you can't meet in the middle. Okay, if that sounds like you, my lovely option number 2, keep on watching. Let's go ahead and take a look at the channeled message from your future self. If possible, I'm going to ask the cards to show me the timing from when this channeled message is going to come through. And again, you come through as the Hierophant. Show me when. I'm seeing 2 time frames over here. I'm seeing 5 years. And I'm seeing 2 years. So I'm going to separate these. Because 2 years, they want to talk about love and relationships. There's something important there. 5 years, they want to talk about stability. They want to talk about feeling grounded and quite possibly what? Okay, so here, when we're talking about 5 years, your future self is very excited to tell you that you found the way, that things aligned in such a way that you didn't expect. You're very excited over here. I'm seeing that you're surrounded by something very beautiful, and I'm getting a lot of color white, beige. You're sitting in a very nice place. And a nice place, it's like a nice apartment. It has a view. It's a sunny day. And it kind of gives me that sort of energy, The 9 of Pentacles, they're saying in 5 years, your living environment is completely different. For a lot of you, I'm hearing luxury. For a lot of you, I'm hearing very sophisticated, clean, crisp, fresh, yet it's cozy. It's very comfortable. You yourself, you're dressed in something very nice. You got the pentacles and you're like, I made it. It was worth the fight. You're telling yourself that, keep on fighting for this. It's definitely something that's worth it. I'm saying that you're very well groomed, whether you're a man or woman, it doesn't matter. If you wanted like some sort of pet, a cat or dog or something, they're showing me like leash, they're showing me pet food. You're not alone, but you became the boss. This is quite interesting. They're telling me that you're in the position of a boss. You're not alone when it comes to your relationship, when it comes to your love life. But you're telling yourself, I'm no longer stopping myself, and I'm no longer sacrificing, and I'm no longer expecting anything from people. I think you're going through that stage now where you're like, it's good to have that idea that I can rely on someone, but at the end of the day, you become very self-reliant. However, the person that's with you is really contributing, and you feel very grounded, very safe, like you're not worried about money. And you're also not worried that, somebody might not come through. You don't expect people to come through for you anymore. But the people that are next to you, they do come through. That's the thing. And here they're saying that, after the stop sign, it was just go, 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 go. They're telling me that you cut a lot of cords with the past. Basically saying to yourself, I'm not dealing with clowns anymore. And that state of mind that you're in 5 years, it's absolutely fantastic because, you're very solid. As a person, you completely understand who you are, what you want, and you don't explain yourself to anybody. And you also learned how to take care of yourself. But here the message is, when it comes to that money, that business, that goal, you're telling yourself, keep on fighting. Keep on going. It's definitely going to pay off over here. Let's talk about the 2 years and the love. I do have the Ace of Cups over here, the Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Judgment. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit of a clarification, and I'm going to split this one into 2, guys, because I'm going to have one reading for those of you who are single, and I'm going to have another reading for those of you who are currently in a relationship, situationship, or you're broken up and you don't know if it's completely over. Because I'm getting 2 people over here, like two versions, so to speak, of your future self. So for those of you, my darlings, who are single, this is your part. You're telling yourself to be patient because love is here. It involves moving somewhere. They're telling me that you moved. 2 years, you're in a different place, different location. Strong energy of Cancer. Strong energy of Sagittarius that's coming through. In 2 years, those of you who are single, you're not single anymore. I want to say you're in love. You're in love, you're planning the future with this particular person. It took you a while to come out of your shell. But you're telling me that you're very happy. You're telling yourself, through me, through the cards, that you found a person with whom you can really be yourself and who loves you and sees you, and it's almost like your heart is going to burst with happiness. You were very afraid of this relationship. You were very standoffish. This person, they were very patient with you. Very patient with you. I'm getting strong Gemini energy as well. And you're saying that, this person just made you believe in love again. This person made you believe in honesty, in loyalty. They made you believe. With their actions, with their consistency, with their compassion. You're kind of smiling at yourself over here, and you're telling yourself that, that this is that one once in a lifetime sort of love. And everybody else that was before this person, they were just like bus stops to get to that final destination. They were valuable in one way or another. Through them, you learned how you need to be loved. You learned boundaries. You learned the pain of something that was done to you so that you won't want to go through it again or put somebody through that. It formed you as a person. Here I'm seeing a very mature individual. It doesn't matter how old you are, but a very mature individual. Now, if you're in a situationship or if you're in a relationship, this is what I'm seeing for you and what I'm hearing for you. I'm hearing that the person that you're with, or the person you maybe recently broke up with, or something along the lines, there was this strong energy of rebuilding this relationship from scratch. Because you're telling yourself, they understood, and I understood a lot. There were a lot of talks, a lot of conversations, a lot of difficult conversations, a lot of accusations, a lot of judgment. But I want to say over here, love won. Love triumphed over all of those things. It's a difficult one, especially if it talks about rebuilding trust. And for you too, my darlings, I see that you relocate. I see that you're in a different place. It's interesting. Like it's just written for option number 2 to kind of go in a different place. And you build a family. It kind of feels like this person that you're with right now or you broke up with, they understood so many things. It wasn't fast. It definitely wasn't easy. But both of you, and this is very important, this is what you're telling yourself. You're saying both need to want to work on things. And here this person, they wanted to work on things. Not straight away, but when they left or when you left, it took them a little while to understand what they had. And I might say something that you might not like right now, but they might have even tried dating other people. Maybe you would have tried dating other people as well, And you kind of went out into the world and you got a lot of feedback, both of you, from what's going on out there. And you both realized that you want to be with one another, that you want to rebuild this, that you want to try again. And this time, both of you will want to do it, not just the one person. If in the past it was just you trying to make them see certain things, and this time it's going to be different. This time it's going to be completely different. Okay, my lovely option number 2, that's what I see for you when it comes to the urgent message from your future self. Hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. Let me know down in the comments below. If you're up for a personal read, send me an email. And of course, don't forget to check my Patreon page out. Alright guys, take care now. Bye. My amazing option number 3, and welcome to your reading, guys. If you were drawn to this particular crystal, get comfy. As I'm shuffling the cards, say your name out loud in your head. Helps you better connect to the energies of the reading. So I'm going to do a little bit of an energy check-in, guys, so you can make sure that you chose the right pile. If it resonates with you, go with it. If it doesn't, check out one of the other two piles. Tell me about yourselves. What's happening with you? I want to say that you're very brave over here. A lot of out of the box thinking. Traveled a lot, or you might be very far away from home at this particular moment. I'm getting a lot of artistic energy. I'm getting a lot of energy that has to do with spirituality. You could be somebody who's very healing, very connected to healthcare in one way or another. You know, it could be your dream to maybe own a bar, like literally like a star bar or something. For some of you, I'm getting strong social media presence, so a lot of followers. You stand out from the crowd energetically and the way that you look. You stand out from the crowd. You do have that star quality. Something that has to do with charisma, something that has to do maybe with performing arts in one way or another, but you stand out. I'm seeing that, you know, some of you might have a couple of tattoos, or you there was a period in your life where you really wanted a tattoo. Strong Phoenix energy. You guys have been through hell and back, and then you realized you forgot your suitcase there, and for whatever reason you came back instead of just letting it burn. So it's this energy, you know, where honestly I'm getting, you know, a lot of self-sabotage. Sabotage in relationships, sabotage in career, but you worked through it. And this is what I'm saying, you know, the star, the judgment, an indication of somebody who has gone through major personal transformations. You might have lost family members, might have lost businesses. The amount of pain that you had to deal with. I'm seeing also, you know, that there were times when you were incredibly lonely. You might be lonely at this particular moment. Very strong rapport with your guardian angels, with the world of spirits, although sometimes I see that you get very pissed off at them because you're like, come on, why would you tell me this? And then it didn't happen, so on and so forth. But, you know, you got to remember that you guys have the power as well. And like I said, you do have that tendency. It's not so big now, but before, to self-sabotage, to make life more difficult for you than it has to be. And one of the reasons over here is because you were brought up with the idea that nothing worth having comes easy. And instead of kind of applying it in certain places, you decided to just apply it to your whole life. Okay. A connection to military, maybe military family members with the Knight of Swords. Also, when somebody pisses you off, you can be very harsh. Sarcasm is coming through over here. I think it's not so bad now, but I think there was a period in your life where you could be very, very sarcastic. You knew exactly what to say to a person to hurt their feelings if they were hurting yours. Very smart. You see right through people. It feels like you guys have been, I was just about to say, you guys have been scammed in your life as well. Like somebody stole from you, somebody made you believe something, and then they just kind of disappeared into thin air. But somebody, definitely scammed you. And there's just this energy of having had to learn the hard way. Okay. If that sounds like you, keep on watching. Now, another thing I wanted to say, you might speak more than just the one language. Very trustworthy. You're a very interesting personality, option number 3. Very interesting personality. It's like you changed your personalities. You went through different arcanas, so to speak. And, you know, sometimes people say, I'm listening to your life story and it's like you lived 10 different lives. Now, this is about you. Maybe different countries, different careers, different personalities. All right. Give me the time frame from which your future self is coming through right now with that message. Okay. Well, this is very, very interesting. Now, okay, I'm going to go with the flow because this is what I do. Guys, I'm getting number 97. And this is only going to resonate with some of you, but you need to hear it. This is not your future self coming through just yet. This is your past self. And right now you need to be the future self for your past self. They're telling me that your inner child at that age, 97, whatever that year, however old you were, you need to go back right now and soothe yourself and comfort yourself. They're saying don't ask questions, don't ask why this is coming through now. It doesn't matter. But what needs to matter is that you, in your mind, through your heart, through the energy, you tell yourself in 97 something good, something encouraging, something beautiful. Not to try and change anything in the future, nothing like that. It's about something that in your past needs your support right now. Maybe you need to explain to yourself why your parents are getting divorced, or why there's physical abuse, or why you're feeling lonely, or why somebody left, or why certain things happen. Like there's a part of you in 97, guys, that needs to hear this. And they're telling me that something is going to change. They're not saying what, they're saying it doesn't matter, but this is just like a channeled message that right now you need to be the future self that speaks to you in 97. Okay, let's channel the future self though. The future self, when are you coming from? Okay, this particular future self, guys, this is quite interesting. I'm getting 2 to 3 years. This is what they're saying, 2 to 3 years. For some reason, they're telling me right now you feel like somebody stole parts of you, stole your time, stole your youth, stole your love. They're telling me that you're no longer angry. You found your strength back. They're telling me that you're no longer angry. There's someone that you're angry with. You feel like they stole your time, like they were lying to you. Big trust issues over here. My lovely option number 3. They're telling me that you, in 2 to 3 years, you found your strength. And you're very picky with whom you trust. You're very picky with whom you let in on your secrets and dreams and desires. But they're telling me you won. You might think right now that you lost, like somebody stole from you. But they're telling me that you won when it comes to experience, when it comes to maybe not being with this person anymore. They're telling me that you won. 6 of Wands, they're telling me that you're getting a lot of recognition. This could be, in the amount of followers. This could be in the amount of money that you're getting. This is also the energy of fame, recognition, popularity that is coming through very strongly. They're telling me that you you want the gold. If there's somebody, out there watching and you're training for something, or you want to compete, take it as that you are the winner. Number 23 is coming through, is important as well. You're telling yourself to be patient. You might want to rush in certain decisions, but they're saying you're telling yourself be patient at this particular moment. Be patient, and extra care must be taken when it comes to health. So your future self is saying right now is the time to look after your health, to go for that checkup, to take the vitamins, the supplements, to readjust whatever needs to be readjusted, because right now you need to invest in your health. And that investment in your health is going to pay off triple, quadruple in that 2 to 3 years. You're telling yourself there's work ahead. There's interesting, exciting times ahead. Because with the 9 of Pentacles, I want to say that you are very well off. That next 2 to 3 years, like I said, it has worked out. You tend to, I don't know what it is, but they're telling me that you tend to go maybe to nice hotels. So it might have something to do with having to travel for work. Or just, you're somebody maybe who enjoys taking city breaks. But they're showing me, like very nice hotels, being able to relax, being able to chill out. What else do you want to say to yourself? They're telling me that you woke up and you found your calling. This is quite interesting. You woke up and you found your calling. You found that people can be very helpful. There's someone, like the universe is going to send someone to you who will feel almost like a guardian angel. I don't see that this is a romantic relationship. No, it's more along the lines of somebody who leads you, in the right direction. Because they're telling me that you're going to be choosing which way to go. They're kind of saying like left or right, up or down. And you will get very strong guidance. And this is interesting because they're telling me that it feels like maybe you're not the one who takes guidance usually from others. Maybe you sometimes feel so misunderstood that you don't even like to ask for guidance. Because there's not a lot of people that you can relate to, and you're like, well, they don't understand my story. They can't relate to my story, to my pain, to my emotions. So how the hell would they know? But you see, they're sending somebody with maybe a very similar story to yours, so that you can have the guidance that you can really accept. In this 2 to 3 years, what else do you want to say to yourself? That urgent message. They're saying let it burn. Let it burn. Let whatever falls apart, let it fall apart. You're telling yourself to stop trying to control how others behave, how others feel. They're saying let the MF burn. Let it all burn down if it needs to. Because you, with your phoenix energy, you will rise up from those ashes. And it's very important to remember that, if the universe takes it away, if the fates take it away, you'll cause yourself more pain by holding on to this. They keep on saying, let that MF burn. Don't be afraid of victory. Your future self is coming through and saying, because like you're victorious over here in 2 to 3 years. It's almost like they're saying, adopt the attitude of effort. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that will take away the fear that it might not work. Because you're like, okay, whatever, I'm good with either one. But the thing is, it does work. And once you take away that fear, there's nothing to hold you back. Because you do have success over here with the Chariot. You have overcome a lot of things. You are back in that energy of the Phoenix. There's a lot of, they're saying like, there's a lot of people who are going to be coming back to you. Exes, relatives, people that hurt you so that you can get your closure with them. But you're telling yourself, choose to start afresh, choose to start anew. Choose to go with the new energy. And here are your guardian angels that are coming through. Your future self is saying, listen, you will get a lot of guidance. And they're like, they're saying like, I remember those times when I felt like just giving up. Like with this energy of death, I just felt like that's it. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no end to the tunnel. It's just an endless tunnel with no light. But no, that's not the case. It's just that I understand you completely, my lovely option number 3, like how many transformations must I go through before the happiness, before the love, before all of that. And your future self is saying, listen, you don't understand how valuable those are and how free and liberating and empowered you feel afterwards. A lot of people over here know you. A lot of people admire you. So what's going on with your love life? Show me. It's funny, I was waiting for some cards to come through. I didn't want to ask, but now I do want to ask. What's happening with the love life? 2 to 3 years. They're showing me so many disappointments in the past when it comes to your love life. I'm going to be honest with you, my darlings. For some of you, if you decided that you're just going to be cool by yourself or just kind of dating or things like this, you're sticking with the plan. If you're looking for someone at this particular moment, they're telling me that the fates will bring you the right person. This is very interesting because I'm getting for some of you right now, it's almost like you're undecided. You're like, maybe I don't even want to date anymore. Maybe I'll just chill, with me and my dogs or me and my kids, we'll be fine. Doesn't mean that you don't get attention, doesn't mean that you don't go on dates, but, for some of you over here, if you don't want it, you're like, I'm cool either way. But for those of you who are looking, for those of you who are seeking, for those of you who are wanting, they're giving me the period, of things changing within the next 7 months. Like from when you're watching this video, and somebody coming through over here with strong Gemini energy. And they're saying it's worth the wait. I don't know. I'm going to say this, guys. For those of you who are kinky at heart, you're finding a very kinky partner. Very peaceful, but, I don't know. They're giving me this energy just to let you know. A very specific message, somebody to match your kink. Somebody to really match what it is that, you want to do, how you want to do it, so on and so forth. Alright, my lovely, option number 3, that's what I see for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading and I hope it resonated. If you're up for a personal one, all you have to do is send me an email. The email's in the description box below this reading. In that same place, you'll find the link to my Patreon page with over 200 exclusive videos, additional discounts, and much, much more. So make sure to check it out. Alright guys, take care now. Bye.